Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making Hong Shao beef. It's really good and it's really simple, so I'm just going to show you how I make it. For this dish, you will be using dark soy sauce, normal soy sauce, some oil. It calls for ginger, but I'm just going to use some ginger powder, sugar, some garlic, and of course some beef. I believe Andy got this one because it was probably on sale. I'm just using sirloin tip oven roast. I'm not sure what specific beef you're supposed to use for Hong Shao beef, but this is what I'm going to be doing. I like to start by prepping everything that I'm going to need for this dish. First, I'm going to go ahead and start by prepping the garlic that I'll be using. And then to smash your garlic, lay your garlic flat, put your knife on top of it, and hit it like this. And there you have smashed garlic. It's okay, Bubbas, just me. Beautiful. While I prep my ingredients for the Hong Shao beef, I'm also going to heat up 1 tablespoon of oil in my Dutch oven on the stove to get it ready for searing the beef. Now, I like to use a scale just to make sure that I'm getting accurate measurements. When it comes to tablespoons and teaspoons, it's very common for those to be a little bit off when it comes to the measurement, so it's just safer, I find, to use a scale. For this recipe, we're going to use 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, so about 18 to 19 grams. And then since I don't have fresh ginger, I'm just going to add about a tablespoon. So I'm going to do about 5 grams of this ground ginger. Next, I'm going to cube my beef. About 1 inch thick, I guess. And then also about 1 inch wide. Now I'm going to wash my hands quickly. Now that my Dutch oven is nice and hot, I'm going to sear every side of the beef. Hopefully it's not too hot, but I guess we'll find out. We're going to bring over our beef, and always with a cast iron pan and Dutch oven, you want to use silicone tongs. Okay, perfect, nice and hot. And we're going to quickly start searing. This is just oil. Make sure to rotate them. Get a nice even sear. The middle is obviously going to be the hottest part of the pan. So I'm just going to continue to sear my beef, and then once that's all ready, I'm going to throw in my crushed garlic. I'm also gonna add 2 cups of water to my sauce, I guess we call it. So this is what a good sear is starting to look like here. As you can tell, it's not burnt, but it does look good. And then I'm just gonna let that continue to cook for about 30 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead with my Shaoxing wine and just add maybe a tablespoon, just a splash. That's more than enough. Give it a little mix in. Now that it's been about 30 seconds, I'm gonna pour in my Hong Shao sauce. Quickly mix this in, and once it comes to a boil, I'm going to lower the temperature so that it's at a slight simmer, and then cover it with a little open, I guess, crack for 2 to 2.5 hours, and stir it every 30 minutes. So while this comes to a boil, I'm gonna do my dishes. Liquids. Okay. Perfect. Now that my beef is at a boil, I'm going to lower it to a simmer and leave the lid cracked open, like I've said 3 times. Perfect. Okay. Now I will lower it to a simmer, like I said, and just crack it open like so. And every 30 minutes, I'm gonna give it a stir. Every 30 minutes, I'm gonna give my Hong Shao beef a nice stir, and we're gonna do that for 2 to 2.5 hours. So I will see you in 20 minutes for our first stir. So the first 30 minutes is done, and now I'm gonna stir our beef and set a timer for another 30 minutes. Beautiful. So it's just a nice little simmer. We're just gonna give it a good stir. Hello, cutie patootie. And then we're gonna cover this again for another 30 minutes. Just cover it and leave a slight crack for some of the steam to escape so it doesn't get too hot in there. Alexa, set a timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
If it's something else, I'll do it, but if I can't stomach, I just want to be straight up. But I can do it. Oh, yeah, right.
Chris, don't do it. Wrong. Let's make a move.
He's starting to catch on to us. Our plan.
Okay, so at least for Tiffany, recover for me.